Today is about my bottom surgery. I had 2 appointments. One on Wednesday and I had one on Friday. To get my 2 signatures, because in the UK you need 2 signatures to be approved for it. I'm going all the way. I'm having a Phalloplasty. Now I've written most of it down on what they said and what happens and what goes on and how long you have to wait and that and what to expect. So yeah, I thought I'd do a video. I'm with Nottingham Gender Clinic and I'm with Nick Austin. But you had to get a signature off another one as well, another professional, and the other professional was Sally. I don't know her second name, but you know, her first name's Sally, and she's lovely. She's all right. And Nick's all right as well. So basically, you have your 2 meetings, and then if you get approved, that's, you know, if you get your 2 signatures, if they think you're ready for it and you've got enough knowledge, then they'll approve you and they'll send you a referral off. I don't know about if you don't. Obviously I got approved, so after, what happens now is they send it off and then you just wait then till you get a letter off whoever you're going with. They've put me down with London and the doctor's name is Mr. Christopher, because at the minute that's the only person that's doing it, which I didn't really want to go to London. It's either North London or West London, they said. So either one of them. Now, this is for the UK obviously, which is probably going to be North. So basically, he said before COVID happened, it would have been between 8 months waiting time before you got your first like meeting kind of thing. But obviously because of the backlog and that, he's saying between 8 and 12. But what he did say to me before COVID happened was the people from London come down to Nottingham every 6 weeks to do a talk and show you like photos and videos and stuff about what to expect and, you know, what's going to happen and that. But at the minute they're not doing that. So, but I don't really mind because I can just, you know, look on YouTube and that. So basically, stage 1 of Phalloplasty is taking the skin graft, making the phallus. Now, I didn't know that they actually take 2 arteries from your arm, because I want it taken from my leg. I don't want it taken from my arm. But they said you get full sensation. Well, 99%. Get sensation, like full sensation from your arm, whereas your leg, you'll probably lose a lot of it. But obviously that differs between everybody. But they also said you can only take it from your arm if you've got enough fat. And obviously I've got quite skinny arms, so I can't see them taking it from my arm. But if it comes down to it and I have to have it taken from my arm, then I have to. But I'd rather it be taken from my leg, because I don't wear shorts and that, so I don't really mind having like a big scar there. So that's stage 1, making the skin graft, which is taking the skin from the arm and then making it. And then stage 2 is a vasectomy and the penis. Now, he did say to me that's in one surgery. You have someone on your left and someone on your right, and they both work on you. And stage 2. Sorry, my cat. So, because I said to him, you know, where does the hysterectomy come into it? Because you haven't, you know, I don't know where I stand with it. And he says basically, you have one doctor here, one doctor there, well, surgeon. He does that, and then they carry on. which is why it's so dangerous, do you know what I mean? But there's nothing you can really do about it. But that's what he does. That's what Mr. Christopher does. I don't know about any other surgeons, but that's what he does anyway for stage 2. And they also make the scrotum as well and connect the tubes to pee out of. So I'm guessing the tubes are the 2 tubes from your arm, which I wasn't really, that shocked me a bit because I didn't think they did that. I don't know what I thought, but I didn't think they took it from your arm like that. But yeah, they do. So yeah, that's stage 2. Because I don't want testicular implants, but he said to have the pump and to have it working as it should, you need it, because I think it goes in your left scrotum, because it's all attached. So obviously you can't have one in your left and nothing in your right, kind of thing. So I was like, oh, well, if it comes down to it and I have to have it, then I'll have it. Because obviously I want it all to work. I want the pump, you know. So that was 2 things that I wasn't really happy about, but you know, I didn't realise that that's what they had to do. So anyway, and then stage 3 is checking everything over and making the tip of the penis. Because obviously with stage 1, you just get left with like a sausage thing and it looks horrible. It's fat, horrible, swollen. It doesn't look anything like a penis. And obviously stage 2, they sort it out, which I think's a bit weird. And then they give you a hysterectomy, they make the scrotum and the tubes to pee out of. That's, yeah, I think that all comes with the phalloplasty, because I'm having the full works done. I think you have to have that. And he said you will have a catheter fitted or something, either a catheter, or which is like a bag that you pee into through a tube, or they leave the hole, something like that, till stage 2. Yeah, stage 3, they check everything over, make the tip of the penis, which is easy. They just basically slice around it, make the head, make sure everything's alright, everything's working. They check your pump and that. And yeah, so that's it really, because cutting it short, basically, I don't really like to go into too much gory detail, because you know, if you're having it done, you're going to see that anyway. So, but this is mostly for me to look back on, to be honest. Well, anyway, these are the things that I found out. The pump only lasts 15 to 20 years. Now, I was shocked when he said this, because I genuinely thought, oh, you know, it's in there for good, end of, unless something goes wrong. But he says it only lasts 15, 20 years. So I said, what? So after that, after like 15, 20 years, I've got to get it replaced? He says, yeah. So I said, all right then. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, if it wears out, it wears out. Now, because he said it's in London, obviously everyone knows London's expensive. So, you know, save. Save, trust me. Now, I said to him, how long will I have to stay in London for? Because, you know, it's London. It's like £2 for a can of pop, do you know what I mean? So, he says, once you've had stage 1, 2 or 3, they leave you in the hospital for as long as they see fit. So everyone differs. It could be 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a week. Probably no longer than a week, do you know what I mean? Because that's pushing it. But you will be in hospital, so you won't need to get a B&B. And obviously you don't need to pack heavy. So like, I've done it myself. Like, some people pack loads, man. And they take pillows and books and games, and listen, you're going to be knocked out. You ain't going to know left from your right, man, do you know what I mean? So just pack light, because you can't wear any underwear. You can't wear anything tight. You know, you're going to be restricted as well. You know, you're going to be hurting everywhere. And when you have a skin graft as well, you can't put a coat on. So you'll have to get a vest or something, you know. But, I mean, especially when you have stage 2, because I'm pretty sure they leave it standing up. But I don't know about that one. But I'm pretty sure they leave it standing up. I don't know about that one. Don't take my word for that. I'm pretty sure they do. He also said, you will be in a wheelchair, but only for a little bit of time. Like, it's not major. You're not like, you know, you're going to be pushing yourself. But he also said to me, avoid stairs. Avoid lifting completely. You know, if you don't have to do it, don't do it. Don't force yourself, because you will split it. You know, and you don't want open wounds. You don't. Especially not in an area like that. He said to me as well, what did he say to me? He says there's 2 risks. And nobody wants to hear this, but I had to hear it, so you've got to hear it. He said, number 1 is it can go black and fall off. Nobody wants that. Number 2 is you could die. Not from the surgery, but obviously complications, because it's such a major surgery. You know, I didn't realise how much it actually entailed. Like, they're literally going to cut you open, take things away, add things on, take body parts from different areas and, you know, sew it on. You know, but he said, you know, you have to understand these risks. We have to tell you, you know. And because Sally told me this, she said it's happened to one patient where his penis fell off. It just went black and rotted and fell off. And he had to have, I think it was a Phalloplasty, something like that. He had to have another version of it, which I don't want. I want the full works. They also asked me as well if I wanted to keep any of my original parts. I said, no, I want it all gone. I don't want nothing at all. I've got no use for it. But they have to ask, because I see on a photo someone had a penis and balls, and then when they lifted it, they had a vagina. Not for me at all. I mean, fair play to you. If you want to keep it, but I don't know, man. Just sounds a bit tricky. But yeah, so they're the two major risks, obviously, of it rejecting. It doesn't really reject because it's your own skin, but you know, complications can happen and it can fall off. It can go black and it can fall off. But she says that usually happens within the time frame that you're in the hospital. You can usually see signs. So you must tell the doctors or the nurses if something feels wrong or sharp or hard or something, because you know your own body, do you know what I mean? Even though you're going to be coming out of surgery and you're all groggy and that, trust me, you know your own body. Right, when I woke up from top surgery, I knew straight away something was wrong. I knew they didn't take enough away. And yeah, it's swollen. Yeah, I've just woke up and I'm all groggy, but I knew something was wrong, and I knew. And I was right. I was right all along. So trust me, trust your own guts. Trust. And he says it's this is with or without COVID. He says it's 2 years altogether to finish, you know, waiting. Stage 1, 2 and 3. This is for the UK. This is for him. Dr. Christopher. He said 2 years, which is not long at all. Not for what's going to happen. Which I'm over the moon about. I can't wait to get it all over and finished with. A lot of people get worried and they're like, oh, what am I supposed to do after I've had my surgeries? Well, you get on with your life. Do you know what I mean? What more could you possibly want? That's all I want anyway. I just want to get on with life, you know. I can't wait for the day that they go, right, you're all done. You know? You know, no more surgeries, done. Can't wait. And that's it, really. That is literally it. You know, obviously it's massive. But it's, you know, when it's broken down, like stage 1, 2 and 3, there's not much to it to talk about. Obviously the risks and that. This is for me personally, the 2 major risks that they said to me was obviously going black and falling off. And obviously, you know, death. But, you know, Do you know what I mean? It's a tricky one. You take the risk, you know. They do say it is a risk, but you know, the doctors and that have come a long way. So you know, I highly doubt it's gonna happen. They asked me if I smoked. I said no because I quit 3 years ago for surgery, because they won't operate on you if you smoke, because it interrupts like healing and nipples and all that, which I don't think it does. But better to be healthy. They asked me if I drank alcohol. I says, you know, only socially, which is very rare because of what's going on. What else did they ask me? They asked me about, have I got anyone to be there for me once I've had the surgery? I says, yeah, I've got a couple of people, you know. And they said, once you've had your surgeries, you know, you can't get public transport home. You have to get in a car. Like, you can't get on a train or anything. You have to get in a car. You have to be comfortable, you know, because you're going to be all over the place. They asked me if I had someone to care for me, and that. I said, yeah, you know, I got my aunt here, you know, she's going to be there for me. Because for my top surgery, I didn't really have anyone, so. But to be honest with you, in my own opinion, top surgery wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I don't know, I think some people exaggerate a little bit. It's not that bad. It's really not. The only painful bit for me was when you go back to get your drains out. It feels horrible, because the tube comes right round and it's not nice. They pull it like that. Oh, it's horrible. It's not nice. But that was it. You don't really feel it. But obviously this surgery is obviously different. But, you know, like if you're painkillers and that, obviously you must tell them that if you're in pain, you must tell them, do you know what I mean? But, yeah, so anyway, they were about an hour long, the meetings. I had 2 of them, because you need 2 professional signatures. And that's it. You know, they can tell straight away if you know what you're talking about or not. So I do suggest you do your research, because there's quite a few techniques that they do actually. But obviously the one that I'm going for, phalloplasty, is the full one, you know, penis, scrotum, you know, pump. You know, I want to pee out of it, I want it to work, you know, I just want it over and done with. Because at first I was going to go for the other one where I think they close it and then take the skin away from what you already have. So, but I don't know, I think that would look a bit weird. But, you know, if you want it, go for it. But personally, I'm not. But yeah, I'm looking forward. Well, I'm not looking forward to it, but you know, I'm happy that I'm finally going to be on the register. You know, like they're going to send the letter off. You know, the doctors are going to look it over. They're going to fit me in, kind of thing. Because I don't think a lot of people do go for this surgery. There's not really that many videos online either. So I don't know. Obviously, not many people want to share it, but I will. I'll share my journey. But obviously, I'm quite late into it. But you know, it's one of them. I didn't really want to like video any of it because I never had nothing to share really. But like I said, it's more for me to look back on really, you know, in good time and that. So yeah, just to refresh, yeah. The doctors and all that from London do come down to Nottingham Gender Clinic every 6 weeks to talk to people not people who are dabbling in the thought, or people who aren't at this stage yet, people who are at this stage and are getting it done. They're the only ones they talk to. You know, they show you photos and that, which I suppose they should, but I don't really want to see open wounds and all that. And they talk about what you want, and they just want to basically to make sure you're 100%, you know. And obviously stage 1 is taking the skin graft from your arm or your leg, whichever, and they make the phallus. And then stage 2 is vasectomy, hysterectomy, hysterectomy and penis in one surgery. You have one surgeon here, one surgeon there. You know, she pulls it out, he makes it, kind of thing. Which I was quite shocked about, because that's a lot of trauma on the body. I don't know how long the surgeries are. That's one thing I didn't find out. Because I suppose everyone's different at now. Someone could be in there for 5 hours, someone could be in there for 9 hours. You don't know. Like, for this surgery, I was in there for 6 hours. And I was really small. So, I guess it's all different, isn't it? And then, yeah, stage 2. They make the penis and the hysterectomy, and they make the scrotum. Which I think is quite cool, because it's actually, your scrotum is actually your old part that's just been sewn up, which is quite cool. And they connect the tubes from your arm, the 2 tubes from your arm, so you can pee out of them. Because I genuinely thought that was just a little tube that they made. But no, it's your actual body part, yeah. And then stage 3 is checking everything over, making sure everything works. So I'm guessing you have to stand there and show that your pump works. So you have to get, you know, a hard penis and then put it down again. And I suppose they show you how to do it as well, because you might think it's quite easy, but I've watched one video and he was proper like pushing on it, and it was just going up slow, slow, slow. But he couldn't find it, kind of thing. Yeah, and they make the tip of the penis. And the pump lasts for 15 to 20 years. And you have to get it redone again, which, that's gonna hurt. If I get it done in 20 years again, I'll be 45. Don't know about that. And then if I get it done again after that, I'll be 65. I don't know about that either. But yeah. You stay in London. Now, obviously, I'm saying London because that's where they've referred me to. I didn't have a choice. They just said, listen, London's the only place that do it at the minute. His name's Dr. Christopher. You go in there. Which I'm happy about, because with top surgery, you get loads of choices. I might have the piece of paper. I don't have it at the minute, but they sent me a piece of paper to do top surgery, and it was like front and back full of people. I didn't know who to pick, I didn't know what to do. So I'm happy that he's just gone, listen, London's the one, his name is Dr. Christopher, you're going with him. And you're staying there for as long as they see fit. I'm guessing you're staying the longest when you have stage 2. Pack light, because when you have stage 2, you know, just take a dressing gown, slippers, you know, your Nintendo Switch, whatever, a couple of chargers. Make sure they're long chargers as well. Or take one of them battery pack things, a couple of them, because you can't reach to put your plug in. You know, take things that you want. I'm packing just a cabin case I am. I'm not going any bigger than that. Yeah, the surgeon's name is Dr. Christopher, and it takes around 2 years to finish. Obviously, that's with no complications, you know, no backing out or anything. No, oh, I can't have it done yet. Yeah. Because if you do that, they'll take you off a list, because it's such a major thing. You have to be certain, because once they've done it, they've done it. Like, they even said to me, you know, once they've done it, you know you're infertile. I said, yeah, of course. You know, I'm just one of them that don't, you know, I'm not bothered about that. You know, I don't want any kids, end of. Where some people are a bit confused and they don't know whether they want to save, you know, their insides, you know, or anything, but I don't want that. I want it gone. I want to be gutted. I just want to over with. But yeah, so that's Phalloplasty. That's all my information anyway. Obviously, there's loads more information out there, but that's just from my 2 meetings. Yeah, that's all I got from them. So yeah, that's it. I'm really looking forward to it. And obviously, there's nothing more to say really, so I probably won't do a video until, I don't know, I get a letter through the mail or something comes up. And I'm actually hoping that maybe someone backs out so I can get mine done quicker, but probably not. you know. But yeah. So it's 8 to 12 months waiting time. Could be less, could be longer, but I'm on the waiting list and I'm happy. So yeah, thanks for watching.